Hello there, and welcome back to my July 10th trade recap. So today, first day back in the home office after traveling for the last week. So it's great to be back to my computer and my monitors, and makes life a lot easier. It is nice to be able to trade on the road, but things are a little more clear when you have the right perspective, which I've become accustomed to here in my home office. So today was a typical Monday, very choppy, still opportunities. I did struggle a little bit today. So let's go through that. I ended up the day, drag my P&L thing down here. I ended up the day basically break even. So after the trades that I took, my actual P&L, I think I'm negative like $3 in every account. This account here did a little bit better, and the reason is that I did take one trade in the RTY, but the trade copier wasn't set up, and it was kind of a last minute entry, and I made $15 in the RTY in that one account. So that's why it's a little bit better than the others. So you can see, my balance is still a ways to go. I'm still positive in my $25,000 account, still making up ground in my $50,000 accounts. Ultimately, I'm happy today to be break even. It could have been worse. If I had to rate my trade discipline and execution today, I think I'd have to give myself a C plus. And the reason that I would give myself that low grade is that I think my entries were okay, but I didn't follow. Because of the choppiness of the day, I got scared out of them when I should have stayed in them, and things would have worked out better. So again, it's trusting the process, trusting the strategy. So just a quick kind of reminder recap of my strategy. My strategy is based on, I learned it from Robert Anderson. So check him out on YouTube, Trading Journey of Robert Anderson. He goes through this in depth. But basically, I'm looking for reactions to the 5-minute 9 EMA or the 5-minute 21 SMA, and sometimes the 1-minute 9 EMA. So those are the three lines that I have on my chart. I also will occasionally trade the open range break. So that's what this indicator is showing, is the opening range, which I tried today and it failed. The reason that I don't trade it all the time is because it does have, it probably has a 50-60% win rate, and you have to hold it. You expect it to go further than one of these other trades. So you really have to do it kind of consistently in order to be profitable with it, because it's hard to tell which ones are going to go and which ones aren't. So let's just go through my thought process today. Again, I'm primarily trading oil, CL, and this was, I have in the past traded gold, oil, RTY, and the ES. I still look at them, but what I'm trying to do is trying to focus my attention on just one instrument so that I don't miss trades. Because prior to this, what I was doing was essentially looking for every opportunity in all four of those instruments, and it was just inevitably some of them would hit at the same time. I would miss some. I'd get FOMO. I mean, it was too much, and so really trying to focus in just one instrument. Now today it was just choppy, and there was a lot of waiting around, so I did take a peek at the other ones, but I didn't really trade them. So here are the trades that netted me exactly nothing for the day. So the first trade, the blue little triangles are buys, and the purples, or I guess it's purple, is a sell. So it was really choppy in the pre-market. There was no market expansion. It was kind of trading in this range. All through the opening 15 minutes, just nothing going on. The 21 SMA is just flat. And finally it pushes out of it, and it looks like we have a nice push towards the open range, which a lot of times is an indication that it's ready to go. And so I entered one tick above that line. It didn't go, right? It pulled back, tested the EMA, and then pushed up. So I entered here. I got stopped out here for exactly 10 ticks on one contract. That's what I expect. That was the stop loss. So this one I got into a little bit late. And the reason I got into a little bit late is because I was in this trade. And so by the time I got out of this trade, I sort of reevaluated. It had already come down, pulled back, and I said, hey, that's my entry. So I kind of waited a second to get the best entry that I could. I got in right here. So I bought at 73.37. I ended up selling out at 47 at 10 ticks. This was, once it pushed up, it didn't quite get to my 20 ticks. Although if I had got in right at the break of this candle, so right at the break of the candle that tested the moving averages, my order would have been one tick above that. And so when I say the break of that candle, meaning when the next candle broke above one tick higher than this candle, which would have been 73.35. 20 ticks would be 55, which is right here. Did we get to it? We did. Okay, so if my entry had been accurate or had been on time and quick, it would have been 20 ticks in less than 3 minutes. So the strategy works, guys. I did get 10 ticks, so that was good. That made up my 10 tick loss. I'm break even again. It comes down and never really, it doesn't test this line again, and it pushes up, and we're just chopping around. This would not have been never mind. Thought maybe that was an entry off of the 1 minute 9 EMA, but it's not. So I just waited. I really wasn't comfortable here because it was just choppy. And so I couldn't really see it. However, if I was being extremely mechanical, let's look and see what happens. Price pokes up here. It breaks the overnight open. Okay. It pulls back, and it is choppy, but for a test of the 21 SMA, we're not worried about how choppy it is. We're not worried about breaking pivots. None of that. This is really just a direction. So if we're above that, we're looking to go long. Okay. So let's see what would have happened if we'd have just been machines and just entered blindly based on touching that line. And let's make sure. So this is a reset. Okay. So we're below it. We come up, we did tap it. So this is the first touch after the reset. First touch, second touch. So we can take a second touch. This candle right here is the one that touches the SMA. So we would have placed our order one tick above that candle. All right. The next candle forms, comes down a little bit lower, but never breaks above. The next candle gives us a good sign. It doesn't come as low, but it also doesn't break above. The next candle is this, is an inside candle here. And so we would have moved our order entry to 73.61, just moving that down with the candles until either price opens and closes on the other side of the line or it moves in our direction. Now, in this case, it would have moved in our direction. So we would have been in at 73.61 with a stop loss at 73.51, which is down here. Never got close to it. Would have been nice because this is actually the bottom of this candle, so that's actually a good spot. It did chop around a little bit, but it got us 20. It would have netted 20 ticks. That would have been 73.81 would have been 20 ticks. 81 is over here, right here. So it would have been messy. It would have been noisy. You would have had to sort of wait around for a while, but it 100% got to it. Another entry would have been because price closed below this line here at this point, well, actually, all of these candles are below. That's a reset of the 9 EMA. We pushed above. I considered this entry here because price comes below to reset, comes back above. However, this pivot is not higher than this pivot, and so I wasn't as comfortable with it. But clearly it was a good, it would have worked. So 70 to 90, piece of cake. I was also a little bit unsure. We'd been chopping around here. We had a nice strong rejection of the overnight open. I didn't really want to take a trade into the overnight open. So that's why, that's really why I stayed out of that. But it is on trend, so choppy days are choppy days, but the criteria still works. So my next trades, I had a little bit of FOMO here maybe. So I said, well, I'm going to try this rejection because we did have a smooth pullback to this 1 minute 9 EMA. I got in here after these candles and it just beat around. I set my stop at break even and got out of it. I'm glad I did because obviously that did not work. But never fear. I got in off of the 21 or the 5 minute 9 EMA. So we have our first touch after, remember we talked about a reset. We have a first touch, second touch. This one I got in at 99. It only pushed up to 09, so 10 cents. So after it was really struggling to get up here. And after looking at this, I moved my stop up to 5 ticks. So I got 5 ticks out of that one before it fell down here. Here we have, this is actually a failed trade. This is the first failure here. So we broke down below the 21. All right. So I took the first test of that. And it only went down from 61 to 56, only 5 ticks before it reversed. I was trailing my stop with the bottom of the candles. So I had my stop at 1 tick above this guy at 66 or 67, I guess. And so I got ticked out for, 4 ticks. So very small loss on that. So that was good. I followed my process there. Really, I'm pretty happy with these trades. They are what they are. Let's see. What else did I? Okay, this is a trade I'm not happy about. And even though it was a winning trade, not happy because I didn't follow my process. Or I guess I got impatient. So what do we have going on here? So price breaks below the 21 SMA. All right. And just comes down. I saw it push down here and I'm waiting for it to come back. I mean, this is afternoon, anytime after about 11 o'clock, the 21 SMA is my entry line. Okay. So I'm waiting for price to come up to that. As soon as it does, I put my order 1 tick below this green line. It gets in. It moves sideways for like 3 minutes and then down a little bit. And I just got nervous. All this chopping, it was in an uptrend. Off of this bottom, we'd seen kind of this, up, down, up, and this is a higher low, higher high. And so I got nervous. So I sold out, I think, for 5 ticks, 06 to 10, 4 ticks. So I got 4 ticks off of this guy. If I had just sat it, if I had just waited, I mean, I could have even, which I did. I had my stop loss set 1 tick above these candles for a while. Okay, right up here. 20 ticks would have been, let's see, I got in at 73.10. 20 ticks would have been 72.90. And 72.90 is right here. Boom. Okay. So it took a lot of time, but it did get there. So again, process works. First touch in the afternoon, paid. Could have paid more, but that's my trading day. So I'm happy that I exercised patience today. I could have had more patience while I was in a trade, but I feel like all my entries were based off of reasonably good criteria. The only one that I wish that I would have taken better was this one, right? Because really, I shouldn't have been worried about the opening range break. I should have just been looking for a retest of this, which would have been the simplest trade, and would have paid the best. So that's the day today. So very very choppy day. I don't think I traded. It's probably not worth really showing you these trades because RTY was just super choppy too. This is the little trade I took here. So we came up. This was the first touch of the 21 SMA in RTY, which is why I took it. It was just a mess. I'm kind of glad I got out of this one. So I made a couple ticks on it in that one account. Yeah, let's see what from 98.10, 20 ticks would be right here. Yeah, so that would have got me 20 ticks if I'd have stayed in that one too. So just being patient with my strategy. That's what I need to work on. Just hold the stop. If I lose, I lose. But I should know by now that the result will be that I win more than I lose. So that's the summary for today. Sorry, I was kind of rambling. We'll look for hopefully a smoother day tomorrow. But if it's not, it doesn't matter because we'll take the trades as they come. So have a good day. Follow your plan. Follow your process. And let's see if I can get these accounts passed this week. One or really 2 or 3 good trades can get it for me. I just gotta be patient, wait for those good trades, and let it come to me. So, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye bye.